Okay, so we have been trying out this Naked Whey protein powder for a few months now, and I have to say we're really enjoying it. I think it's a fantastic protein powder. Now, of course, one of the great things about this brand is, as they say at the bottom of the container here, there's nothing to hide. You get exactly what is on the ingredients list and nothing more. And of course, that's very important for kind of the supplement industry, because in many cases, there's not a lot of regulation here, if any at all. So if we had to give it a rating, I would give it a 4 out of 5. And let me tell you why it's not a 5 out of 5. For one thing, I'm gonna start with the taste. I think a key ingredient of any protein powder is that it needs to taste good and be quick and easy. At least in my experience, that makes it easy to adhere to, and that makes me want to drink it, right? Now, this Naked Whey protein powder can be very tasty when combined with a lot of other ingredients to kind of beef up that taste. And keep in mind, this is also me talking about this specific flavor. Later on, we're going to talk about our experiences with another a flavorless version, actually, and how great that can be. But with this one, the chocolate flavor, you have to spice it up a bit in order to get it tasting good. And that, of course, takes extra time. And it makes you, at least me, more likely not to use it. Another thing that I think makes this lose a star is if we turn it around to the back here, you're going to see that the macros here, sorry for the camera movement there, but the macros here are not bad, right? For 160 calories, you get about 25 grams of protein, and then you only have about 8 grams of carbs and 3 grams of fat. So it's mostly protein, right? But if you look closely here, that's actually with 2 scoops. So you got to keep that in mind. That's a lot of powder you got to throw in there, mix it up, make it taste good, and then, chug that down. So I like it to be as easy as possible. And that's why it loses 1 star in our opinion, just because you have to spice it up. That takes more time to prepare, and it just makes it more likely that you're not going to use it as much, or at least that I am not going to use it as much. So it's one thing to keep in mind. Now, as I was saying, we did try another version of this that we've been using for a while now, and it's their flavorless version. And we will link to that in the review. And now with this flavorless version, it's a little easier to make it taste good. You still need to have that preparation, but what it's even better for is use cases where you want a flavorless protein powder. For instance, if you're baking it into something, or you're mixing it into a drink that maybe is a green drink, a veggie drink, that is an excellent opportunity there to mix in a little bit of extra protein in your recipe without having it affect the flavor or the taste of your food. So that's where we think this really excels. And then it's also an added benefit, the fact that there's nothing to hide in here and you get exactly what you expect. Now, if this type of protein powder is not for you, then and you want something as quick as possible, there is something else that we actually recommend. So give me a moment and I will bring that up. Okay, and as I was saying, if ease of usage and a large amount of protein are super important to you, then what I recommend is this. It's the Premier Protein Shakes. You can get these from any Costco, and I believe you can even buy them online. Now, this thing comes ready-made. You can get, if I remember correctly, I think you can get 12 to 18 from Costco, from anywhere from 20 to 30 bucks. So the price is not bad. And then when you include the fact that it's already pre-mixed, that saves you a lot of time. And now let's talk about the macros of this. So as you can see on the bottle here, you're actually getting 30 grams of protein. Let's turn it over. It says 1 gram of sugar. Let's see if we can see a bit more in here. I'm gonna have to hold this. So for one shake, which is not a huge size, you're getting 160 calories. So that's exact same as this, the Naked Whey. But in that, you're getting 30 grams of protein, just 5 total carbohydrates, and then 3 grams of fat. So mostly protein, except it's in a form that tastes good right out of the bottle, is super, super easy to take and take with you. And you can just chug it down, you're ready to go. No additional preparation needed. So right now, this is what we recommend for getting your daily protein if ease of usage and no prep is important to you. Now, if you're baking something or if you're less sensitive to the ease of use and you just, have a blender waiting that you love to clean out, which I certainly don't, but if that is your case, then go with something like this. And then keep in mind the flavorless version. So yeah, that is it. We are going to be continuing on Home Gym Strength to talk more about protein powders and some of the great ones out there. So stay tuned and please subscribe and like us so that we can share the word.